Okay, attempt number 2. Welcome back into PB&J, the number 1 sports betting show in the world. I'm joined by my guy, Skipper Scope. What's up, baby?
We say attempt number 2 because we were supposed to get it out yesterday. Someone forgot to hit the record button, so we missed the Thursday night game.
He's not here, so we
no
can talk
post-mortems.
shit.
We don't want to talk about our bets. We won't say whether we did good or bad because it's not on us.
But read between the lines.
Yeah.
We did all right.
We did okay.
As always, guys, before we start this show, we do want to remind you that this show is for entertainment purposes only, and we do have a bit of fun here at YKTR Sports, but if you are going to have a punt, you are going to follow Skip. Remember to gamble responsibly, please.
Or try to get ice and gamble with ice's money.
Or gamble with
ice's money. Then it
Ice's
doesn't matter
money.
if you win or lose.
Yeah, Simmy's been gambling with his money all weekend. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, he has too.
He's been gambling with our time lately.
Simmy's been gambling with his life.
And he's been gambling with his life. Yeah. Disappointment. All right, last week's scope. Give me your best and your worst. How'd you go, bro?
All right, easily the best of the week for us was the little Storm double that we had. I did a video on Instagram last week because we missed the show last week, and I had Storm minus 18.5. That was pretty much over by halftime. I also had the Prez anytime at $3.20. I combined them for a nice little multi, so that was easily my best leg of both sides of the betting. The worst was Eels minus 10.5. The Cowboys absolutely did a number on the Eels, and the other poor one, which was, I don't know if I'll take it, but I will take it. I've got to take it. Carlos Lawton, anytime jam. He's off after 8 minutes, and that bet is dead in the water. So that was my best and worst from last week.
I was actually on the Carl Lawton one too. That was the only bet of yours I followed last week, so that was tough.
So it's your fault.
That was tough. I'm a bit of a curse, but let's roll straight into the NRL rounds and the lines. Again, we did miss last night, so let's start with tonight's games. Canberra Raiders up against Simi's Bulldogs. The line is 1.5. The over/under that I've got here, Scope, is 39.5. What do you like?
I like the fact that people want to get on the lines of Scope all weekend. So we're going to kick it off with the Raiders versus Bulldogs game. If you watch a YKTR Sports Show, you probably think I'm going to go against them. But with the inclusions of a couple of vets in Chance Nickel-Klokstad and Jared Croker, I'm actually I think the Raiders will lift. The minus 1.5, I'm not really that confident. This is just like a bit of an emotional bet for me. And I'm going to go Chance Nickel-Klokstad for anytime jam as well. So give me the Raiders minus 1.5, Chance Nickel-Klokstad, $2.80 anytime jam. I just think with the addition of Frawley coming back in the halves, who's more of a distributor rather than Jack Whiten, who's a runner, I think that opens it up for a few more guys in the outside backs, and I think Chance Nickel-Klokstad off a double in the New South Wales Cup, I think he could cross for us.
Yeah, I like that. I think Canberra bounced back big time. I think they smack him, actually. I know Jack Whiten's a big out, but I really like them. I'm not sold on the Dogs at the moment. I know they had a good performance last week against the Chooks, but I think going down there against the spiritual leader being back in Jared Croker, I think they get it done comfortably. So
beautiful, on the same page there.
There we go.
Yep.
Game of the week. Let's go Penrith Panthers 8-0, baby, up against Lukey's Parramatta Eels. The line is 12.5 in this, which I think is very fucking generous. And the over-under is 39.5. Skipper Scope, what do you got, man?
Yep. It's too much for me. These contests, as good as Penrith have been over the last couple of years, Eels have given them a red-hot crack, especially from memory in the last couple of games. So I think the start's too much. I'm going to go Eels plus 12.5 after a chaotic week for him with all the news around Jacob Arthur. I think the boys lift for him and have a big game. I'm also looking to the flanks. I don't think, just because I think it's going to be a defensive battle and they're going to be really tight through the middle, I think if there are going to be any meaties, I think they're going to be right on the edges. And the value for me is Bailey Simonson. Brian Toto comes back after a big stint on the sidelines. Whether he plays left or right, we're yet to see. We'll see how the teams play out. But either or, if it stays to Taylor May, who stays on the left edge, because Charlie Stones played New South Wales Cup last night, so he'll maybe Brian Toto goes to the right. But I like Bailey Simonson, $2.80. I think they're going to be few tries, but if they are, they're going to be on the edges.
I can't wait for this game, man. I mentioned it yesterday, and it sort of got you by surprise a little bit, but I've had a long and hard think about this, and I'm going to have, when I say a proper lick, it doesn't really mean a proper lick because I'm broke, but a proper lick for me on the halftime, full-time double. I think Parramatta start red hot because I think everything you said then is right. I think they bounce back from the Jakey Arthur stuff. I think Dill Brown puts on a clinic. I think the forwards get that, sort of maybe win that, to use a Corey Parker analogy, that middle third battle early on. I think they're going to win that, and they're going to take a narrow lead into halftime, but eventually I think the class of Penrith will get them in the end. Parramatta halftime into the Panthers full-time, you get $8 for that. Ooh. If you hate money, don't follow me, but that's where I'm going this weekend. But I like it. I think 12.5 is way too much as well. So if you want to have a crack of a line with Scope, I think that's the one. All right, speaking of Scope, your alma mater, the Bird Gang, Manly Seagulls taking on the West Tigers. The line, 14.5. The over-under in this one is 42.5, which basically means that all these betting agencies understand the Tommy effect. What do you make of this one, man?
Not only the Tommy effect, Haumile Olakuatu comes back as well for the Manly Seagulls.
Did you see the new chop too?
I did. Oh, yeah. That fucking turned me on yesterday. And I'm going to say that is not enough points. Like I said on the YKTR Sports Show, I think this is going to be 30+. I think this will be the performance of the year so far for the Bird Gang. They're going to be firing for this. So not only do they get players back, Tigers lose players in David Nofaluma and Luciano Leilua, who are my favourite players in the West Tigers. So I'm going to take Seagulls minus 14. I might even do an alternate line and go a little bit harder personally if I ever play on this. But Olakuatu, anytime jam, he just flows straight back in it. And he doesn't let us down like Carl Lawton, who filled in for his spot last week. So Olakuatu, $2.80.
Easy. That's no arguments from me on that one, bro. Let's move on to the Bondi Boys. Isaac John's Roosters taking on the Gold Coast Titans. They're given 10.5 here.
Too much.
I'll be interested to see where you go on that. I think so too. And the over-under is 41.5. Two sides that historically have been able to score points but struggled of late. What do you like?
Yeah, Roosters just haven't been convincing of late, and Titans are the sort of team that will hang around and could let you score 3 tries but score 2 themselves. So I'm going to take the Titans plus 10.5. I also like the addition of moving AJ Brimson back to fullback. I think that's his more natural position. He can pop up all over the park, and he's paying $3 for any time jam. I think the Roosters have been a bit lackluster around through the middle, and they can be exposed. And I think there could be a fair few tries in this game. So if you can get AJ Brimson for $3, I think that's jam.
We have our first disagreement on this one. I think I've been calling for it for the last few weeks. You've been waiting for the Roosters to sort of fucking wake up. I think this is the game where they do it. I don't think they're going to go out there and become the premiership threats we all think they're eventually going to be, but I think 10.5 they can cover. I think they smack them by between that sort of 12, 16, 18 range. I just think no David Fafita. The Gold Coast Titans don't have that ace up their sleeve, and I'm still not sold on the Brimson at fullback versus Jaden Campbell and him in the half. So I like Will Smith. He's a nice player. It's not their long-term 6. I think the Roosters get it done comfortably, so I like that 10.5 line. Cowboys up against Newcastle Scope, the third place Cowboys. Up against the Cellar Dwellers Newey at the moment. Struggle Street. The line's 14.5. The over-under is 40. Up there. Where are you going?
This is my peanut butter. This is me Ruffy. This is the one I've been waiting for. I think a performance is going to have to come for the Knights. They're another team that's been under a whole heap of pressure. The Cowboys are travelling, and it's very hard to pick against the Cowboys, but for 15.5, just when I look at the strength of both squads across the board, obviously the Cowboys are playing a lot better, but Knights for 14.5 is too much. I think we're going to see with the additions of Tex Hoy and Phoenix Crossland coming into the team, I feel like Tex Hoy will probably play more of a sweeping role. KP will get his hands on the ball a little bit more often. Hopefully he gets to slide down that preferred left edge that he likes with the addition of Lachlan Fitzgibbon coming back in. I'm looking at Lockie Fitzgibbon for a bit of anytime jam. I hopefully KP can get back to some of his best work where he does down that left edge. Has that little double shape, looks long, plays short to Bradman Best, plays short to Lachlan Fitzgibbon. Anytime jam, $5.50, and the Knights plus 14.5. I just think it's too much, and I have a feeling that they're going to turn up for this one.
Yeah, I can't back a try scoring a side that hasn't scored a try in 2 weeks. But I like the enthusiasm, and I love me some Fitzgibbon. So I'm not going to disagree with you, but I do think the Cowboys get it done. The line scares me too much.
I thought it was Craig Fitzgibbon.
Craig Fitzgibbon. the line scares me too much. I wouldn't touch that game, but I'd take your points. All right, let's move on to Sunday. 2 big games. Let's start with the Melbourne Storm, who have racked up just a casual 120-odd points in the last 2 weeks, up against the Dragons. The line is 21.5 Scope, and the over-under is 41.5, which Melbourne could probably score by themselves.
Yep.
What do you like?
I think Melbourne is going to score 21 in the first half alone and be in front by 21. So 21 is too short for me. I think they notch up 180 in 3 weeks here. The conservative style of the Dragons is just not going to work against the Storm. I think it might be a tight battle. I was joking around about the 21. I think it might be a tighter battle to begin with in the first half, but the class of the Storm will shine out in the back end of the halves. And we love a milestone bet. A friend of YKTR Sports, Kenny Bromwich, plays his 200th game. They've been dominant down that left edge for the Melbourne Storm the last 2 or 3 weeks. The Prez is on fire. I think they find a way to get Kenny over for a meaty in his 200-game milestone game.
I agree 1,000,000%. I'm going to double down on that. Big Nelson's also paying his 150th.
Yep.
I think the big fellow who could crash over from halfway.
I don't think he scored this year as well, so that's not a bad.
I'm waiting for a nice
shout.
little play out of dummy half where they drop him under and he just fucking skittles 8 blokes. So I'm going to go Kenny and Nelson. Fuck it. I think they absolutely can cross in those milestone games. And game of the round. Oh, we didn't mention that you'll be out at the Manly game, won't you?
Oh, yeah, going to go down. Yeah, we did on the sports show.
Oh, we did. And go down earlier because Chico's playing the curtain raiser.
Oh, yeah, he's too, yeah.
So get down there early and watch the workers do their thing. Cronulla versus the Warriors. I'll be down there on the hill in the old Auckland Warriors kit, so come say what's up. This is an easy one, Scope. For whatever reason, they're giving my boys 13.5 points here. The over-under is 42.5. I don't know whether that's because they think that the Sharks are going to run an absolute muck on my boys, but where are you going on this one? And then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
I'm thinking not only are the Sharks going to run a muck, I think the left side of the Sharks is going to run an absolute muck on the right side of the Warriors' defence.
For Shawnee?
Yeah, poor Shawnee Johnson. He's not the only one down that right edge who's struggling at the minute. They're leaking points. They leaked a shitload of points to the Raiders in the first half, but they just didn't keep attacking, like I said in the sports show. And that is the dominant edge for the Cronulla Sharks. Sifa Talakai, probably the in-form centre, maybe with Katoni Staggs out of the past month of footy. He's paying $2.10 anytime jam. He loves scoring meaties at Shark Park. They've got a new name for it, but it's escaping me right now. But Sifa Talakai, anytime jam down that left edge. Wado maybe comes on, plays a little short ball with Will Kennedy out the back, play short to Talakai every day of the week. And 13's not enough for me. I think they cover that as well.
Yeah, good luck getting past the old seatbelt Rocco Berry. He's safe out there on that right edge, man. I reckon the Warriors can squeak home, man. Head to head, you get $4 for them. They're going to play under because they'll arm wrestle the fuck out of these Sharkies. So I'm looking for the Warriors, another 1-pointer maybe. Why not? Shawnee back at the home ground.
Yep.
I'm trying to play a bit of a storyline here against his old club. Another 1-point win. Why not?
I don't see it.
Okay. Before we roll on, guys, this podcast is brought to you by Earn You. It's the fun way to combine cryptocurrency and gambling. We love a pun around here. We love investing as well. We love our crypto. So nothing like a bit of crypto jam. Hit the link in the description below. Jump on, have a bit of a play. It's the fun way to pick your tips every weekend.
Yeah.
You don't have to lose money on it. You can just sort of flex your muscles. So we all know gambling isn't the only way to make money. You can do it by investing in smart things like different cryptocurrencies and specifically this Earn You token. But jump down, have a play, and get on board with the boys because they're on board with us.
Be right. Tell all your mates about it.
Tell all your mates about it.
Flex on them. Put it on the Instagram stories. Let them know because that's what I like to do. I want to cut this micro up too when I'm writing most of these too throughout the weekend.
All right, kitty bet, is that what we're rolling into next?
Yeah, kitty bet is 2 lines on a Friday with Scope. Everyone loves that. So we're going to kick it off for this week. If you're paying attention at the top of the show, my 2 plays are the Raiders -1.5 and the Eels +12.5. For the reasons I stated above, I'm really confident in those 2 plays for this week. That's the kitty bet, and that's the getting on the lines with Scope on a Friday.
I love nothing more than getting on the lines with Scope on a Friday.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I'll be following you, mate. And remember, guys, we do have a free $50 bet for you guys. So here's your chance to play with us. Chuck your bets or your best for the weekend in the comments below. Smash it. It's typically the first one that gets in there that gets the most likes. So go early, go quick. Give us your best, and Scope will pick a winner and throw a $50 bet your way, yeah?
Yeah, we missed out last week. Obviously, try to keep it to 3 to 4 legs like we said a couple of weeks ago. And also, I'm going to screenshot it by... We'll get this up. How quickly can we get this show up, Jacko, do you think?
You're not dealing with Luke Stone, mate. I can do it like that.
It's all right. So we can get this up by about 9:30, 10. I'll have it up by about 3 p.m. 3 p.m. I'll go and screenshot it, chuck it up, put it on the Instagram stories. And, we'll put up all our bets that we've got for this weekend.
There's a lot coming at 3 p.m. We've got some grouse hoodies dropping too.
Ooh!
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, snuck that in there.
I'm just sneaking
I know you're always... pro-grouse, wherever you can get it in.
I'm pro-simi, despite not getting reciprocated sometimes, you know. So, and what about Chase the Gorilla? Is that what we end on, Scott?
Yep, Chase the Gorilla.
So we all back to 0?
Yeah, we're all back to 0. Chase the Gorilla has been a lot harder than we anticipated. First couple of weeks was all right for the skip, but dropped back down to 0 again. Yeah. I'm going to go another one of my old teams, Parramatta, +12.5. I actually got 13.5. The line had moved from when we did it yesterday. I had 13.5 yesterday. I got that on a bet slip, so I'll chuck that up. For you, Jacko, you can put it up there. But where are you going to go?
Well, do I have to go a line or can I take the halftime, full-time double? What?
No, you've got to go a line because it's a double the money.
All right. Well, I like Canberra. I think Canberra, first game, $2. I think that's easy money. I think they smack them.
Those are both our bets to smack the lines on a Friday too. That's good signs.
It's going to be a slow Saturday, Sunday. Guys, remember, gamble responsibly. Jump in the comments. Leave us your bet. That's it.
That's it.
You. PB and Jam, baby.
And then Jam.